Hey there, it's Matty Miller with ERA Real Estate, and we are talking about a market update today and kind of breaking down what is really behind the numbers. I know a lot of people hear things, on the news and what's going on in the housing market, and it seems to be kind of roller coaster-ish, and you may be right, but what we're trying to figure out is each month we get numbers that basically reflect what's actually happening in the market, and I want to go through those a little bit more in depth with you so you can prepare yourself for what this market may be doing and what decisions you need to make moving forward. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about a little bit here is supply, and we have what we call a KPI, key performance indicator, as far as month supply, and basically that is tracked for us, and essentially what that means is the actual how many properties, if there was no new properties that went on the market, how many months would it be before everything was purchased at the rate it's being purchased before there was no more homes on the market? And the answer to that is currently 1.4 months. That's 1.4 months of properties listed between $200,000 and $450,000. If we are to look at a higher price point, we are at a higher price point of $450 to $650. We're at 1.9, so 2 months. So not a lot of difference, but still not a lot of inventory out there, even currently. So that is one thing that's still kind of keeping the market driving. So still not a lot of inventory. It is getting better. We are starting to see more properties come on. We are starting to see the days on market go up just a little bit, just a tick. We're starting to see the average days on market went from, I believe, 17 to 23 over the last month in July's numbers. And that's significant because a lot of people don't understand that July historically is one of the busiest months in Florida in real estate, and we actually saw numbers dip in July. So I think over the next 2 to 3 months in September, October, once those numbers come out, we're going to really see kind of what's happening, and also forget that it's kind of confusing because we saw interest rates go from 3.5% over the last 6 months all the way to 6, back down now to 4.5 to 4.75. So we're seeing a lot of moving parts, and how it's affecting the market is really what we're trying to break down. And my personal opinion about the market at this point is, it's kind of I don't want to say wait and see, because I think there's a decent interest rate. We're seeing prices dip just a little bit, not much, 1 to 2% at the moment. It's not a ton. My projection was to see maybe 5 to 7% decrease in price over the next 12 to 18 months. We don't even know if we'll get there, depending on what the inventory situation looks like. So essentially, what I'm trying to say to people that are going to buy or make a move is don't wait for this market to soften, because I don't think it's going to soften a whole lot. I think it will balance, but I don't think it will get cheaper to live in our current market based on what we're seeing on the numbers. We have seen them, again, very small amount go down, as far as we've seen the market start to slow. But if we see that in July, which is historically a busy month, we really want to see what happens in September, October, November, and all the way into Q4 and into Q1 of next year. But if you have any questions about that, especially in different price points, because every price point's a little bit different. Your luxury market is kind of the first one to start to fall, and that already is. We're seeing basically that middle level market stagnate. We haven't seen much change there at all, other than the days on market, because it's been a little bit slower. With higher interest rates, it kind of knocks some of those buyers out of that buying pool. But we are seeing some changes, and I think it's honestly for the better to get us back to a more balanced market. So as a buyer, you might actually be able to negotiate. You don't have to go into a house and make an offer the minute you walk out just to be able to compete. So these things are good for our market, and I'm very optimistic moving forward about helping people here in Jacksonville secure the home of their dreams or make the move or do whatever they need to do. So if you have any questions, please reach out. It's Matty Miller at ERA Heavener Realty, and thanks for watching and have a great day.